coming. Cool. Are you guys ready for another comic? Your next comic, she's so funny, you're gonna love her. Go fucking crazy for Kim Couture!
Hello, Lincoln Lodge.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, I just expected like silence, but that was cool too. That was great. No, you guys are partying tonight. That's great. Everyone's drinking. Everyone's having a good time tonight. It was funny. I did hear everyone seems like a good party crowd, but the comedian asked a question I heard a couple people just snap in the back, and I'm like, losers, this isn't a poetry slam. What are you doing? Just woo or like clap or laugh. I don't know. Anybody from out of town? I'm like, no, don't do that. There we go. We got this guy. You're on board now. You're on board. Favorite audience. But yeah, you guys are drinking. That's really fun. I'm not. I'm not doing that right now. So I figure I like to start my sets, lately, just kind of talking about the obvious. I know I'm glowing, and I look a little different these days. I've changed a lot mentally, physically. So I'm really proud to say that I'm standing up here, and I'm almost 8 months sober. Thank you. I know. It's a great journey I'm on. I know. It's not easy. I didn't get here on my own. My husband helped a lot. And then he just stopped doing anything. So just one and done on that activity. And then I just do it all for 9 months. So yeah, it's real fun. I'm pretty big right now. I'm so big that I was eating at a restaurant a little bit ago, and I realized that the crumbs no longer go in my stomach. They just collect right here. Just a little snack for later. That's great. Haven't drank in 9 months, though. It's fun, though. My boyfriend, I keep calling him my boyfriend when I'm around cool people. I noticed that the other day, and I had to tell him about it. I was at a restaurant, and he's my husband. We've been married over a year. We've been together for like 5, but he went to the bathroom, and a girl came up, and she said, "Is anyone sitting here?" And I said, "No, my boyfriend will be right back." And I said, "Why did I?" To make myself seem younger. It was I don't know. I walked into a bar today, and they didn't ID me, and I went, "Oh, is it because I'm pregnant or because I look like closer to 40 than 20? Both. Does anyone here have kids? Yup! You sounded disappointed. Is that what I'm going for? Oh my god. Well, that's good. Yesterday I asked that, and it was just like crickets, and I just had this existential crisis where I was like, oh my god, it's happening, where I'm in a room of seemingly people my own age, but I'm the mom. And then I realized that I was about to just turn into that person that's like, but I'm a cool mom! This is getting more frightening by the second. I am very big, though. It didn't just get this way, though. My husband didn't just blow a load me yesterday and now I look like this. It's pretty gradual. But I'm I'm almost 8 months, so I'm pretty big. And I went to the doctor the other day because when you have this condition, they want you to do that. It's weird, though. I keep asking for ultrasounds, and they're like, we don't do that every time. And I'm like, you don't want to check on it? It's the only time you have a parasite, and everyone's like, congratulations! You just wait until it comes out. I'm like, what? I see all these Instagram photos of ultrasounds, and I just don't. They're like, it's fine. I'm like, can you please? But she always asks, how I'm doing, and I always give her the typical answer because I've had a pretty easy pregnancy. I haven't had morning sickness or really anything, but she goes, how you doing? And I go, big. Did say it's big. And she's like, oh, well, you got 6 weeks left. She's like, the baby could potentially double in size in that time. I was like, get the fuck out of here. What? Look at me! What are you fucking mean? Double in fucking size? And then she's like, yeah, but around 35 weeks, after 30, it's basically, it could come up preterm and it could just survive out of the womb. And I'm like, so it's not paying rent already. It could be out, but it's just gonna chill in there for a little longer. Cool, great. Already got a fucking freeloader going on here. God, what a bummer. What a big bummer. But no, I'm so big now, though, that when I was about 6, because you really don't like I said, I'm about 8 months pregnant, so that makes me 7 months sober, actually. You don't know. That's why there's a lot last 4 weeks. And like, I remember when I found out, like obviously I'm happy, but like I was a little bummed the day when I found out. Hear me out, okay. I found out this past year on Super Bowl Sunday. That'd be weird if it was like last year's Super Bowl and I still was dealing with it. But I found out I was living in Kansas City this past year during the Super Bowl. So it's like big deal. The Chiefs were playing. They were playing that one team. What was it? Nobody fucking knows what's going on. No, it was Tom Brady and the refs. That was the team. Yeah. I remember because it sounds like a shitty wedding cover. But they were playing them, so it was like a big deal, right? So my husband and I, like, we went to the store to get like beer and food, and then he's like, "Do you want anything else besides chips?" And I was like, "You know what? I'm feeling a little pregnant today. I'm getting a pregnancy test." And I went home and I took it, and lo and behold, it was positive, and I was just like, I definitely had plans to drink today. Just ruined my day. Alright. So, that happened. Here I am, still sober. It's funny what when you go to the doctor, they tell you a lot of things you can't do, which is like kind of annoying, because I'm definitely one of those people that they're like, "Don't poke me," and I'm like, I cannot. I know, my husband still hasn't learned. He's like, "Take your shoes off," and I'm like, "Put them on the carpet," like I'm a child, he's a teacher, that's why we get along. He knows how to deal with me. Is anyone from out of town here? Is everyone from Chicago? Where are you from?
I live in Maryland right now.
You live in Maryland? Oh, I don't really know anything about that state. Oh, okay. My family's from Virginia. Whenever someone says Maryland, I'm like, it's above it. That's fun. I'm originally from California. No, I'm not about to say anything nice. It's a shitty state. The only people that ever why did you, when I was living in Missouri especially, people would be like, "Why'd you move to Kansas City, Missouri from California?" And I'm like, "Do you watch the fucking news? Like, half of it's gone." Like, I call my friends from California and I'm like, "How's it going?" And they're like, "Well, fire season." And I'm like, "That's not a season. That's an environmental and now a political problem." They're like, "Fire equinox ends with fire solstice." I'm like, "That's not a thing. It's not a season at all." But I lived in California before I started moving Midwest for 10 years, and I never had a problem with any birds or anything. I've lived in Chicago since May, and those asshole Lake Michigan seagulls have direct hit shit on me twice. Both on the right arm. Once while I was eating. It was very confusing when that happened, because I was on a patio at a restaurant, and I'm holding my burrito, and all of a sudden, it's like this, because I eat burritos with 2 hands, I guess, that time. Maybe it was more like this, I don't know. And then I was like, oh, and I went to bite it, and it went, right there. And I had this confusion, because I was like, did it come out of the burrito? And I'm trying to match up the geometry on it, and it's not adding up. So I touched it, and it was definitely cool, but I was like, I gotta gear up for this sometime, I'll poop on my hands. So, that happened. Has anyone ever been to a baby shower? That's the guy with kids. He's like, "Yeah, in there." You're real lame. Yeah, I think the baby showers were I didn't want to have a lame one, because I've been to really lame baby showers where they melt different chocolate bars into diapers to make it look like shit. I mean, if you haven't figured that out yet, that's what they do. But they melt different candy bars, and then you have to guess which they go smell it, and then you smell it, and then you guess what candy bar it is, and then they give you a Starbucks gift card or something. So whoever wins. It's gross. So I didn't want to do games like that. But I had a baby shower, and I had an activity. People could color on onesies, and I did have one activity because I wanted to share them with you. So a little bit of context. So it was a baby shower, and it's just like my husband's family. And all of them are great. We get along very well. Which I will say in context, it's going to be really odd raising a family with my husband because we're very different. Like I said, I'm from California, and he's from Michigan, so it's West Coast, Midwest, and his family raised him Catholic, and my family raised me white trash. It's just like very different religions, you know. Like his family throws like really amazing Christmas parties, and my family will like throw their shoe at a static TV to get it to work. So, but his family's great. So they threw me a baby shower. I went to Michigan, and like his aunt bought these really cute things. They wanted to do like something sentimental, so they did this time capsule thing. If you wanted to write on it, you could, and if you didn't, like no pressure, right? So it says time capsule. It says, leave a note with your wishes, predictions, and memories to be read when our little one turns 18 years old. And I'm like, okay, that's cute. Again, if you don't want to do it, fine. So I have 3 prime examples that I found, okay? The first one is amazing. It's from his aunt who like threw the shower, and I'm not gonna read it to you, but you can see that it's like perfectly filled out, you know? Real nice handwriting, every line's filled out. Wrote a couple notes like, your parents love you so much, it's been like, fun watching you grow, blah, 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 love you, care. Great, that's a perfect example. Number 2. Context on this person. This is my husband's grandmother. Let me tell you about his grandma. Okay? She's a fun old lady. She smokes a lot of cigarettes, but she swears by Mary Kay, so she has amazing skin. Okay? She's got long silver gray hair that she wears in a braid with a bunch of like a menagerie of silly hats with pins on them. And she's kind of a bitch. She's kind of a bitch, you know. She's the kind of woman though that like she's really peppy. She gets up every morning at 5 a.m. to like get on an AOL chat room to chat with people in Australia. That's what she does, you know. So that's her. So this is a woman also who on Facebook every month when I post an update about my belly photo, she rudely gets on and goes, "Oh my God, are you having twins?" And like leaves that publicly. And I'm like, Jesus. At the baby shower, she went further with it. I was like, I swear to God, if your grandma says that fucking comment that I keep deleting on all my posts to my face, I might have to say something to her. And sure enough, she did. Then she tried to argue with me. She's like, well, they can hide behind each other on the ultrasounds. I was like, God damn it, that doesn't happen. So this was hers. It just says, have a good life. She didn't even capitalize the word have or put a period at the end of it. Like, she thought it was a chat room, no autocorrect. So that was a grandma. And this is the last one. So context on this person. This was my husband's like best friend from when he was little. Like, they were like state champion football together in high school. He just also had a baby like 5 months ago. So I was like, oh. And he sees me gathering them up and he hears someone say that the instruction said to be like, oh, it's a note that you read when the kid's 18. And full context, he had smoked a little bit of weed before this interview. So he's like, oh, 18. He's like, I thought it said to write it to your baby to read to when they're 18 months. And I'm like, Jordan, why would I have 30 adults write handwritten notes to a 1.5-year-old? Right? And he's like, that's just the point of view I thought it was. I was like, well, sorry, bro, can't wait to read it. It says love Jordan, and then it's just blank. In his defense, it's age appropriate because 1.5-year-olds can't fucking read. All right, guys, you guys have been really